Hello, John Croner with Bullzeye Trader, and I'd like to welcome you to the market and Holly update for the day and the week ending Friday, May the 18th. Well, let's go ahead and get right to it and take a look to see how we closed out the week. As you can see here with the IBB, we are still in this tight range here. We're kind of consolidating, which is a good thing. We're bumped right up against the 200-day moving average. The 50 is beneath us, so we just need to get above that 200 and then close above it. You can see here the daily, how we did there. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our weekly chart because we like to take a look at see how the week performed as well. And you can see here on the weekly, we're above the 200, we're above the 50. We did go up and touch the 20 and came back down a little bit, but on the weekly, we're looking very, very nice. Now we'll move on to the IWM that's been leading the way. A little bit of a doji candle here, and we'll just make the chart a little bit bigger so that you can see it. But considering that this was the fourth day of an increase, very, very nice candle there. And you can see here for the daily or the intraday, we did come up. We pulled back a little bit towards the end of the day, which sometimes is expected at the end of the week. Taking a look at the weekly, and there you go. Very, very nice. We started here with this bottoming tail, and then we've had two nice weeks of gains. So, looking at the weekly, I would say we're off and running. Next week will prove to be interesting. We'll get a quick look at the spiders. We're kind of in this tight range here. We've been most of the week. Pulled back a little bit today, which the encouraging thing is we didn't drop a whole lot, so we're still in that tight range. So a little bit of a fight going on between the bulls and the bears. We'll see how that fight ends possibly next week. Looking at the weekly, you can see here we did pop our head up a little bit, and then we pulled back, but we stayed above that 20 moving average, which is this blue line here. The yellow is an EMA 8, and this dotted line is the 50. And if we shrink the chart down a little bit, this is the 200 way down here. So that's what the spiders look like for this week. Now we'll move to the diamonds, and another doji candle, but it did pull back a little bit. Just in a fairly tight range most of the day. On the weekly, and there you have it. Kind of looks similar to the spiders, where it did pop above that 20, came back down below the 20, but is still above the 8. So once again, we're kind of having that battle between the bears and the bulls, and we'll see how that fight goes next week. The Qs, much of the same story. Look here, a little, maybe a little more pullback, a little fatter middle on this doji candle here, but it did pull back a little bit for the week. I'm sorry, during the week, but let's look at the actual weekly candles and see how she did compared to the others. And there you have it. Looks very, very similar. We popped our head up and we pulled back. Now, with this one, though, we are well above the 8 and the 20 moving averages. In fact, we're above all the moving averages. So, looking fairly respectable there. But, we'll see what happens next week as well. TLT, we had a, a green day there. And so, we'll see what happens there, and you can see ended towards highs there. And on the weekly candles, still had a very, very big pullback, but we have a fair amount of bottoming tail here. It's quite possibly just a little pullback before it goes down a little bit more. And gold here, we had a green candle for gold on the daily chart, but let's look at the weekly chart and see how GLD did there. And you can see here we have a bearish engulfing candle set up. So if we trade below this 121.99 mark next week, that could signal several weeks of a downtrend for gold. So we'll have to see what happens there. Now taking a quick look at Holly on risk off today, she lost 36 cents. On the risk on mode, she made 29 cents, and you can see here the volatility of the day. On the risk on, she was in the green, then in the red, in the green, in the red, and then she finally ended up in the green a little bit. Let's bring our spreadsheet in so we can take a look at the day. We had 5 short trades for break even. We had 15 long trades for the 36 cents profit. If we take a look at the weekly, first we'll go ahead and take a look at the shorts, and we had 19 shorts. She lost $1.92 on the shorts. She lost $1.77 on the risk on mode. On the long side of things, she had 67 trades, lost 1 penny, but she made $2.62 risk on. So for the week, she ended up losing $1.93, and on the risk on, she made 85 cents. So that is your Holly update for the week and the day. And I would encourage you, if you like anything that you've been seeing here, that you might give our software a try. And we have yearly and monthly subscription plans, and we have standard and premium. This is a link that'll get you to the area where you can order that and become aware of it. We have Bullzeye 15, all caps. It will save you 15% on your first month or your first year. So go ahead, give that a try. And then also, I would invite you to follow us at bullzeyetrader.com, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, StockTwits. If you like this video, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And if this is the first time you've seen a video from me and you liked it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we would be glad to have you as a daily visitor to watch our videos. And I just want to thank you, and God bless.